What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, and all the fish in the sea? It is I, your grumpy guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense that is the OGGM, broadcasting live from a small island off the coast of Costa Rica, affectionately referred to as Site B, and it's sunny, at least momentarily. Nope, it's gone. I jinxed it by looking. It is the 8th day of June, 2023, and hi, I got a letter. I got an email. I got an email from Rosalie Martin, who is the communications editor or something over at BKOM Studios, regarding my coverage of Pathfinder Abomination Vaults. And she says, hi, OGGM. We see that you've been talking about our game, Pathfinder Abomination Vaults, so we'd like to give you a little project update. We also would like to thank you of your video about the game. It's okay, Rosalie. I greatly appreciate you reaching out to contact me. I don't know if I've given you that much coverage, to be quite honest. I'm curious, but, whatever. The title is now 300,000 funded on Kickstarter, already above 70% and going strong. We'd like to mention that you can always contact us for information about the game if you need, and about possible collaborations, which I did. Here's all the information about our project. Link. Thank you for your time. Rosalie Martin from BKOM Studios. Sure. And I said to her, sure, I'd love to collaborate with you on this game. How can I help? What can we do for each other? Thank you. We'll see if she responds. So let's take a look at Pathfinder Abomination Vault, since Rosalie went through so much trouble to reach out to us. So here's the Kickstarter. Last time I said it was like a Pathfinder Diablo, but now it's looking more like Pathfinder Baldur's Gate, I guess, because you don't get to make your own character. There's 4 pre-generated builds, and then you can make and modify them. So it's closer to Path of Exile, I guess. Diablo does have characters too. These though are the named characters. So they're these guys. The iconic barbarian who's been around since Pathfinder Day 1. The iconic dwarf. Actually, that's not the same dwarf. It's a different dwarf. The iconic cleric who's been around Pathfinder since Day 1, and the iconic wizard. So we've got barbarian, fighter, cleric, wizard. No rogue. 4 iconic champions: Amiria the barbarian, Harsk the ranger, Kira the cleric, and Ezrin the wizard. The Harsk looks different, but okay, sure, whatever. It's Diablo-esque with a little bit more personalization. It looks like it's a little closer to Path of Exile graphic-wise, with a little, Baldur's Gate love, because you can't do an AARPG without Baldur's Gate love. It's co-op hack and slash AARPG based upon the Pathfinder role-playing game. Okay, so it takes place in the Pathfinder world. It'll have things that you recognize from Pathfinder if you're familiar with Pathfinder. And if you're not familiar with Pathfinder, you'll just be playing it because you like this type of game. And you'll be like, I don't care. There's lore, Apparently, there's lore in Path of Exile. I played Path of Exile for like 2 years before I realized there was actually a story. I was like, wait, I can talk to these NPCs and get a story? There's actually something going on? It's a mega dungeon. It's got chapters. It's got biomes. Graphically, it looks cool, I guess. Nothing completely unique or original. Underground cave with insects. We've seen that 100 times before. So it's just, how can you make underground cave with insects feel like we're in an underground cave with insects? You've got the character models. You can play one character. You can co-op. You got an arsenal of moves and stuff like that. Every time you play it, it looks like it changes. You can restart the adventure with increased difficulty if you want to go through a level of grinding to get experience, because they know people are going to grind. Did you hear about the Diablo guy? Like, I guess Blizzard did this thing. Whoever could reach 100th level first in the first 48 hours or something like that. Or or the first weekend would get their name on a statue. Ooh, and I guess some skins. So like 4 people spent like 100 hours grinding to get to 100 level. They, and they didn't like go through the story or everything. They did anything you would do anyways normally to get 100th level in this type of game. They just picked the areas where they knew they would get the most experience points into his ground. So this one guy, the guy who gets to 100 level first. This is while Blizzard was nerfing the game day 1, day 2, day 3. Gets to 100th level, and right after he reaches 100th level, somehow his character dies. And it was hardcore. And people are like giving Blizzard crap now, like how unhealthy of it was to encourage people to do this, 100 hours straight, not moving, just sitting playing Diablo. Then you kill their character, and then the only reward they got is a skin and their name on a statue that they're never going to see. Nah. So yeah, this one's got grinding. It's got social goals. There's going to be collective in-game rewards. Stuff on social media, if you can get like social goals and rewards, Twitch followers, Facebook fans, you get basically hero. Looks like you've already unlocked the ability to change your character's color. Then there'll be like new weapon drops and brand new hero abilities that they unlock once they reach certain levels. There's going to be social media. There's going to be a story. If you're a Pathfinder person, you probably care about the story. And if you're just an AARPG person, you're like, do I care? Come on. Nothing's ever going to beat Diablo 2 for story, lore, awesomeness, replayability. So if the lore is cool, good. I'll sit through the cutscenes once. Pathfinder stuff, it tells the story of this world, but, blah, 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 blah. We don't care. I guess this is the main bad guy. These are the characters. We've got Amari the Barbarian, Ezran the Wizard, Kira the Cleric, and Harsk the Ranger. So I guess it's the closest thing to a rogue we've got. So, hand-to-hand fighter, ranged fighter, support. Who knows? You can customize and advance your character, still using feats because this was made before they changed the name to talents. It's based around Pathfinder 2nd Edition, or as much Pathfinder 2nd Edition as they could fit into a video game. Graphic-wise, it looks fine. Nothing outrageous, nothing we haven't seen before. Again, it's just doing what we've seen before in a new, unique way to make it feel truly underground or oppressive or gross or icky. The combination of music and visuals and cutscenes, but you don't want the cutscenes too long. If you guys remember, we played through that Diablo 4 premiere, and my God, it was like 2 minutes of play, 10 minutes of cutscene, 2 minutes of play, 10 minutes of cutscene. And it's Diablo, so it's like, yeah, the lore of Diablo is the best part, especially since the lore in 3 sucks so much. And then you're like, is Diablo actually in this? Because you're talking about Lilith. And while that's all cool, it's Diablo 4. I want to see Diablo. So, yeah, graphics, it's going to be the latest, greatest. If your computer can run it at full steam, great. If not, it'll look fine. It'll look dark. It's just, is it going to have that perfect collection of visual and audio keys to make you really feel the threat and the intensity of the thing? Because otherwise, then the dungeon unloads in chapters. There's going to be foes and NPCs that are probably related to Pathfinder and the actual module in some way. They are really getting behind Abomination Vaults. They did Abomination Vaults both for Pathfinder and for 5e. They did the soft cover. They did the hardback collector's edition. They did an Abomination Vaults event in the Pathfinder online game, and now they're doing Abomination Vaults as their AARPG. And if they haven't done an Abomination Vaults themed Pathfinder board game yet, I bet they will. And I'm pretty sure they've already done a figure run, right? If they haven't done a figure run themed around Abomination Vaults, why not? And if you have, so I don't know. Why Abomination Vaults, especially since it was written before Pathfinder 2 2nd Edition Core Remastered. So it's interesting that that's sort of the wagon they've hung their flag to, for just sort of being the standard bearer of Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remastered Core Electric Boogaloo. Having never read it, I don't know how awesome it is. It's just sort of an interesting choice, but why not? I mean, who knows? Not gonna fault them for saying, hey, let's just focus around one adventure for a while and sort of make that the cornerstone of like the next year or so. Why not? I mean, it's different than what Wizards of the Coast does. Might be interesting. It's kind of just showing, hey, we're really excited about this. We really think this is a really cool adventure. And we really want to just sort of make it the cornerstone of what we do for the next year or two, instead of just confusing you guys. Blah, blah. Combats, combos, world comes alive. It's got a blah, art, character design, arty McArt, art. Music and ambience. Yes, that's the important part. The music, ambience, and art. That's the thing that you're going to need to really stand out, to hook people to go, why do I want to play this with Diablo 4 that just came out? What are you going to give me that Diablo 4 can't get me other than, I'm playing Pathfinder magic instead of Diablo magic? So ambience. Here's the people who worked on it. I don't know any of you, but congratulations for getting to work on this. Here's the awards they won. Here's information about their partnership with Paizo. And the rewards you get if you back it and blah, blah stuff. Digital downloads. Standard digital bundle. $50 gets you wallpaper, digital download, Discord role, naming credits, and a digital manual, game master manual. Blah, blah, more stuff. You get more stuff. Even more stuff. More money you spend, the more stuff you get. Typical thing. It's going to be miniatures. Really? I would never have expected there to be miniatures. I literally just said, have they done miniatures for Abomination Vaults yet? And if they haven't done them, they should. Well, now you can get Abomination Vault character miniatures if a certain level of the Kickstarter is unlocked. And then another level of the Kickstarter, another level of the Kickstarter, another level. And the more money you spend, the more free crap you get. Here's some stretch goals. Blah, 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 blah. It's typical Kickstarter stuff. If you're an AARPG person and you appreciate Diablo and you're looking for something a little different, sure, why not? I mean, it could be good. It could be bad. It's already made and passed its goal. Somebody's dinging me. I don't care. Leave me alone. Looks fine. I mean, it looks fine. It's not like there's anything new or breakthrough you can do at this point in time with the technology with an AARPG. It's just using what already exists and finding new and interesting ways to implement it. Torchlight went for a more comedic, bright, colorful, style to it. Path of Exile's big thing is the repeatability and the grindiness and the, every 2 months they have a different theme contest, whatever. Diablo's big thing is it's Diablo. It's the namesake. So this guy's big thing has got to be the resellability of the Abomination Vault setting, the modifications of the characters, what you can do, the characters, how awesome you can do, how much damage you can do, how fast you can get on the leaderboard. And if it does have its story that I want to keep, going through and exploring, as opposed to just the grindiness of Diablo 3, or just kind of the grindiness that Path of Exile became after a while. You got to kind of find that sweet spot to keep people repeatedly invested without it just being a pay to win, type of setting. So thank you, BKOM Studios, for reaching out to me. If you want to reach out to me again, sure. You want to send me a free copy of the game, I'll play it and I'll review it, because we know I'll sell out. So yeah, it was very unusual for her to send that to me. I'm sure they're sending it to like just generic spider searching the web of any mention of the game and sending the email to anybody. But I like to think I'm special. So yes, I would like to imagine that they specifically chose me out of all the reviewers out there. And speaking of reviewers, Double D, TTRPG news is my thing. It's my thing. Stop stealing my stuff. Till next time, I'm the OG GM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year, and we'll be back later on today. Till then, drive carefully because it's raining. Yeah, summer. Go figure. See ya.